Hello guys, how are you? Today we are going to discuss about the pickleball court dimensions. Pickleball is a fastest growing sport in United States that combines the element of tennis, badminton and table tennis. It is an entertaining game that can be played by a people of all ages and skills. However, before you step onto the court, it is important to understand the dimensions of pickleball court. The standard court size is comprised of 20 feet wide and 44 feet long, but there are variations for singles and doubles play. It includes a non-volley zone called kitchen, and further areas are known as serving area and boundaries. Knowing about the proper dimensions will not only help you to ensure to a fair play, but will also enhance your enjoyment in the game. So let's dive into the world of pickleball court dimension and learn about its wonderful sport. Pickleball court length and width. According to the USA Pickleball Rulebook, a standard pickleball court measures 34 by 64 and suggested playing area is 30 by 60. Additionally, the USA Pickleball Rulebook states that the actual playing lines are 20 by 44 feet. Pickleball court dimensions metric court measurements. The standard pickleball court length is 13 by 41 meters, that can be said as 44 feet. However, if you're looking for the length of half a pickleball court singles play, it would be 6.71 meters or 22 feet. The full pickleball court size in centimeter is 609.6 centimeter wide and 1341.12 centimeters in length. Half of the pickleball court size for the singles play is 609.6 centimeter wide by 670.56 centimeters in length. What is the difference between the court for singles and doubles game? Pickleball courts are of the same size as badminton courts for doubles. According to the United States of America Pickleball Association, that is also known as USAPA, pickleball courts should be 20 feet or 6.10 meter wide by 44 feet or 13.41 meter long. The same court size is used for both singles and doubles in pickleball game. Out of bounds area. Pickleball court with out of bounds zones is the area outside the playing lines of the pickleball court. The playing lines define the boundaries of the pickleball court, and a ball that lands outside these lines is considered as out of bounds. The out of bounds area includes the space outside the sidelines which run parallel to the net and the baseline which runs perpendicular to the net at each end of the court. Out of bounds surface must be included in minimum play area of 30 feet wide by 60 feet in length. Non-volley zones. The non-volley zone in pickleball court, also known as kitchen, that is an essential part of the court. The size of non-volley zone is 7 foot on both sides of the net, where players are not allowed to hit the ball in the air. This zone helps to eliminate the dominance of hard-hitting players and encourages the strategic play. The purpose of the kitchen in the pickleball court dimension is to ensure a fair play and reduce injuries. It is the only area of the on the court where players cannot hit a volley, and they must let the ball bounce before hitting it. Understanding the kitchen's dimension and its role in the game is crucial for players of all skill levels to improve their game and avoid the penalties. Pickleball net height. The height of a pickleball net is 36 inches high at the posts and 34 inches high at the middle. Mini pickleball court dimensions. Mini pickleball courts are gaining popularity among the young and casual players, as well as in indoor and backyard spaces where a full-size court may not be feasible. The dimensions of a smaller pickleball court are 20 feet by 10 feet, which is smaller than the standard court. That is, reduced size creates a more fast-paced game and increases the frequency of rallies and making it an exciting and engaging option for the players of all skills. Mini courts are often used in youth programs, physical education classes, and community centers to introduce the game to a wider audience. When it is smaller size and dynamic gameplay, small pickleball courts are a fun and accessible way to enjoy this exciting sports. Pickleball court lines or court zones. Pickleball court dimensions lines referred to as boundaries of the pickleball court dimensions. These are comprised of baseline, kitchen, center line, sidelines, and service court area. All these lines are typically 2 inches wide and are usually marked with the paint on an outdoor court or tape on an indoor court. Now there is a guide how to measure a pickleball court dimension. Measure the own pickleball court dimension is not difficult. If you want to measure your own pickleball court, you will need a chalk and a measuring tape to mark the measurements. There are some points which can be followed as: determine the court size. A standard size of pickleball is 20 feet wide and 44 feet long as mentioned above. Use a measuring tape to measure and mark the corner of the court. Measure the sidelines. Measure 22 feet from the corner along each side of the shorter sides and mark the sidelines. Do this for both sides of the court. Mark the center line. Find the midpoint of the court length by measuring 22 feet from either end of the court and mark it with the tape or the chalk. Connect these 2 points with a straight line to measure the center line. The 4th point is measure the non-volley zones. Non-volley zones, which are also known as kitchen, is 7 feet from the net on each side. Mark this non-volley zone line with the chalk or tape. Mark the service area. The pickleball service court is a 10 feet wide area that extends from the baseline to the kitchen area. Mark this zone with the chalk. Place the net at the middle of the court, perpendicular to the center line, and the net should be 36-inch high at the center and 34-inch high at the ends on the both ends. And now you can check the court before starting the play. Double check that the court's dimensions and net position meet the regulation size. Use a measuring tape to ensure that the court is the correct in size and that the net is at the proper height and center. By following steps, you can measure out all the court's dimensions of the pickleball court accurately. It is essential to make sure that it meets the size of pickleball court. Thank you very much for listening.